They don't know your struggles. They think they do, of course. People love to act as if they've seen the depths of your pain, as if their passing glances can unravel the labyrinth you walk every day. But their understanding is surface level, shallow, a pebble skimming across a black ocean they'll never dare to dive into. Your struggles aren't just moments of hardship. They're storms that reshape you, scars that whisper stories too raw for their delicate ears. They can't fathom it, and maybe that's for the best. Struggles aren't glamorous. They aren't neatly packaged lessons or inspirational sound bites for people to applaud. They're messy, brutal, unforgiving. They leave you crawling through nights that stretch endlessly, clawing at walls no one else can see. And yet, the world romanticizes them, paints them as stepping stones to some grand revelation. But those who have truly struggled know the weight of survival. There's no triumph, no glory, only the next breath, the next step, the next battle. They love to judge from a distance, don't they? Sitting in their glass castles, looking down at your shattered pieces, they pretend to understand. They call you brave, strong, resilient, as if those words will stitch the wounds they can't even comprehend. But bravery isn't what it looks like from the outside. It's not grand speeches or bold actions. It's enduring in silence, carrying burdens too heavy to share, smiling when your soul is screaming. The worst part? They think they have solutions. Advice drips from their lips like honey, sweet and utterly useless. Keep your head up, they say, as if platitudes can patch the holes in your heart. Their words are empty, their understanding hollow. They don't know what it's like to stare into the abyss and have it stare back, to face demons no one else can see. Your struggles aren't puzzles for them to solve. They're battles only you can fight. Struggles isolate. They pull you into a world apart, a place where no one else can follow. People try to reach you there, but their efforts fall short. How could they possibly bridge the gap? Your struggles aren't theirs to experience, and their attempts to empathize only highlight the chasm. It's not their fault, not entirely. People fear what they can't understand, and your struggles are a darkness they're too afraid to face. There's a strange power in that, though. In their ignorance, you find a twisted kind of freedom. If they can't grasp your struggles, they can't control them. Your pain becomes your secret, your weapon, your strength. It shapes you, sharpens you, turns you into something they can't predict or contain. Your struggles make you untouchable, and that terrifies them. But struggles aren't just weights to bear. They're fires that forge. Each one burns away the parts of you that are too fragile, too weak, leaving behind a core of steel. They think your struggles break you, but they don't see the rebuilding, the rebirth. The cracks in your armor let the fire escape, and that fire is what sets you apart. It's what makes you dangerous. They love to watch from the sidelines, pretending to cheer for your recovery. But deep down, some of them hope you fail. Your struggle makes them uncomfortable, forces them to confront their own fears, their own weaknesses. Your survival is a mirror they don't want to look into. And so, they root for you quietly, but savor every stumble, every fall, every moment, where you seem as human as they are. In the end, your struggles are yours alone. They don't need to understand them, and you don't need their approval. They can't know the weight you carry, the nights you've endured, the strength it's taken to keep going. Let them talk. Let them speculate. Let them project their shallow interpretations onto your life. It doesn't matter, because your struggles have shaped you into something they'll never be able to comprehend or destroy. We open up, don't we? We expose our wounds, our fears, our struggles, hoping that someone else will have the magic words to make the pain stop. We bare our souls, desperate for validation, for comfort, for answers. But the irony is, the more we share, the less we get. People don't have the answers, and deep down, we know this. Yet blinded by our own egos, we cling to the hope that someone outside of us holds the key to our salvation. And in that desperation, we become prey. Sharing your struggles is like handing over your armor to those who might not wield it kindly. They listen, nod, and offer hollow advice. But most of them aren't truly there to help. Some are there to judge, to compare, to quietly relish the fact that you're in chaos while they're standing steady. And the worst part? They know you're too consumed by your own misery to see through them. That's how the cycle begins. The more you open up, the more power you hand over to those who never deserved it. The answers are always internal. They're buried beneath the noise of your own doubts, beneath the endless chatter of a world that tells you to look outward for meaning. But ego is a master deceiver. It thrives on external validation, on being seen, heard, and reassured. It tricks you into believing that sharing your struggles will fix them. But sharing doesn't fix. It fractures. It scatters the pieces of your pain into the hands of others, who may not handle them with care. People take advantage of those who are lost. They see your vulnerability as an opportunity, your openness as an invitation. They will offer advice that serves their interests, not yours. They will use your struggles to elevate themselves, to feel superior, to tighten their grip on you. And because you're blinded by your own turmoil, you let them. You let them shape your narrative, define your pain, control your healing. But their intentions are not pure. To wake up is to realize that no one else can save you. No one else has the answers. The power you seek has been within you all along, buried under layers of conditioning and distraction. The world doesn't want you to see this. It thrives on your dependence, your desperation, your endless search for external solutions. But the moment you stop looking outward, the moment you turn inward, everything changes. That's when the ego begins to lose its grip. Your struggles are not for public consumption. They are sacred, personal, a battlefield that only you can navigate. Sharing them indiscriminately weakens you, not because vulnerability is wrong, but because the world is full of people who don't know how to handle it. Wake up to this reality. Protect your struggles as you would protect your life, because that's exactly what they are. A fight for your survival, your growth, your future. The ego thrives on misery, because misery keeps you looking outward. It keeps you chasing answers, chasing people, chasing validation. But the strong don't chase. They sit in their pain, their silence, their solitude, and they face it head on. They don't scatter their struggles to the wind, hoping someone else will catch them. They carry their burdens with purpose, with dignity, with an understanding that the only person who can truly help them is themselves. When you wake up, you stop giving away your power. You stop seeking answers in places they'll never be found. You stop letting others dictate the narrative of your pain. Waking up isn't about closing yourself off. It's about being selective. It's about knowing who deserves to see your struggles and who doesn't. Most people don't deserve to see your wounds. Most people wouldn't know what to do with them if they did. Struggles aren't meant to be shared with everyone. They're meant to shape you, to teach you, to fortify you. Sharing them doesn't make them lighter. It makes them harder to carry because now you're not just dealing with your pain, but with the weight of everyone else's opinions. The strong understand this. They don't share to seek answers. They face their struggles in silence, knowing that silence is where the real answers are found. Wake up. Stop looking outward. Stop handing your struggles to those who will only drop them. The answers you seek aren't out there. They're in here, in the quiet moments where the ego is silent and the truth is loud. They don't know your struggles, and they never will. Because your struggles are yours, and no one can take that power away unless you let them.